Beautiful. Fantastic. Okay. Hello, everybody. Good stuff. Okay, we're just going to give it just one more minute. We have a bunch of people in the waiting room, and I want to give them just a couple minutes just to kind of trickle in anyone who's coming in late, and then we will get started. Fantastic. Good morning. Amazing. That's awesome. It looks like Lewis has found the chat. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, you guys, I'll just slowly keep letting people in as we go through, but we will get started. I think 3 minutes is plenty of time, and then as people kind of trickle in, that's okay. We'll get started without them. Good morning, Susan from Whitby. Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Perfect. Okay, hi, everyone. We really appreciate you guys joining today. My name's Irma, for anyone who hasn't been on an advanced training with us before. I take care of all of our advanced user trainings. So typically this is something we used to do once a month, once every 2 months, but we've actually increased these now to every Friday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. So you can find those now when you log into your account. There's a little button on the left-hand side that says join live training. And the same place you went to join your onboarding, we now have the weekly advanced trainings in there. So if you do want to continue learning, we're going to have one of these every Friday. Every Friday, it kind of changes around. So just depending on what new features we've launched and the feedback we're getting from you guys, it'll be a different training every Friday. So I just want to, because there's so many people here, we have about 88 people and we still have people coming into the waiting room. So if you hear me kind of stop for a second, it's just because I'm trying to monitor letting people into the waiting room while I'm going through everything. I just don't want to leave anyone hanging in the waiting room. But we're just going to go over some house rules first, okay? Because there are a ton of people in here, first, I'm just going to make sure that everybody is muted, okay? So if you're going to take a phone call or if you're going to have a side conversation, we just want to make sure that you're muted. It's always really hard when somebody is unmuted and then they start to talk, and then it's kind of hard to find the culprit of who it is when a bunch of people are unmuted. So we're just going to keep everyone muted for now, just to be respectful of everybody's time. I know it's a Friday. I know people are not trying to be here for hours and hours. So we're going to try to get you guys in and out of here in an hour 15. So we'll keep you guys muted. What we're going to do is we actually have Tiara here on this call right now. You'll see her. If you have ever interacted with Tiara before, you know that she's just the most amazing human being ever. She is going to be manning the chat. If you look down into the chat, you'll see she just left a comment right there saying, hi, everyone. She's going to be monitoring the chat just while I present. I am notoriously terrible. If you have ever been on one of these trainings with me before, you know that I'm notoriously terrible for monitoring the chat while I present. So that's why Tiara is here to help me out with that. However, just keep in mind that Tiara is one human and she is a real human. She's not an AI. And we have 93 people in here right now. So just be super patient with her. AI companion, don't know what that is. If we aren't able to get to your questions mid-presentation, don't worry. We're going to do a big Q&A at the end. So if there's anything you want to ask, we'll do a little unmute. You can ask all your questions at the end, just in case you're waiting in there. Just be super patient. She's amazing. There's a lot of you, so we will get to you eventually. We're going to do the Q&A at the end, just to be respectful of everyone's time again. So we'll stay muted until then. And then obviously the most frequently asked question whenever we do any of these is this being recorded? Yes, this is being recorded. I'm going to triple check right now. Recording, we're good. This is being recorded. We are going to make sure that this is recorded. It's going to download. We're going to upload it to YouTube, and then we're going to email it to you guys after the fact. So just expect that email within the next 24-ish hours, depending on how long it takes for Zoom to download and then us to upload to YouTube and all that good stuff. So always recorded. It will come to your email within 24 hours. And we do have a YouTube channel. Mark will include that in the email with the recording. It always goes straight to our YouTube. And then that way you can subscribe. We have all of our previous advanced trainings on there, as well as all of our onboarding tutorials. And anytime we launch anything new, we post to our YouTube channel. So that's a good one to subscribe to if you haven't already. Awesome. Okay, I'm just admitting a couple more people. Okay, and then the final thing is just that this is an advanced training. So if you are brand new or if you have not onboarded yet, I definitely recommend you do so. Just the onboarding helps you set up your profile. It helps you get a little bit more familiar with the platform. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get value out of today's training. It's just if you are feeling a little overwhelmed, it might just be that you haven't had enough time to play around with the platform quite yet. We are not going to be going over the basics of setting up your platform or your profile. We are not going to be going over any of the like basic generation stuff today. We are going over more advanced features. This is for seasoned users who already have experience on the platform and who are looking to learn more. So if you're brand new and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Just make sure that you've signed up for your onboarding training and that you do that. You can still stay on here. You're going to learn. You're going to get the recording. You're going to be able to watch it back after. But I always do just want to make that little disclaimer just in case you were hoping for an onboarding. This is an advanced training. If you do need to sign up for an onboarding, on your account, when you log in, on the left side navigation bar, you're going to see a join live training button, and you're just going to click into that and you'll see a level 1 onboarding. So just make sure that you sign up for that, and then Natalie will help you get all set up with your profile and generations and all that good stuff. So like I said in the beginning, every one of these is different. So every week we are changing them up a little bit just based off of what questions we're getting into the inbox the most, what feedback you guys have. We are going to just based off of the feedback that you guys have. So for an example, this one, we had a lot of people asking about how to create holiday posts, which is why we are doing that. And every week we are going to start by going over any new features and training you guys on those. So for this one particularly, we don't have any brand new features, but we do have a very exciting announcement, which a lot of people have been waiting for. So a lot of people have been asking for more audio for the reels. That has probably been one of our like most requested things. So now when you log in, you guys are going to see a whole new library of audio. So you can add those to your reels and to your slideshows. And you are also going to find that they are all nice and long. So they're not 5-7 seconds anymore. You've got a good 2-3 minute long audio. It's going to be able to apply to your big long 30-second slideshows, 1-minute slideshows. So you are all good to go audio wise. I'm not going to give you guys a tutorial on that because you all know how to use that. You know where to find it. It's in the audio library. We've basically replaced all the short ones and brought in new ones. And we've also found a really awesome platform that's going to allow us to continue adding more audio, which was our biggest pain point. Obviously, with audio and music, there's tons of different copyright issues and rights, like the rights to use the audio, which made it the hardest for us. And then we're also working within Instagram's API and what they allow us access to. So that was always kind of the biggest challenge, but we've been able to find something where we can actually generate our own audio and use it. So we're super excited. So you're going to see more and more audio coming. So just wanted to make that announcement before we jump in, but today's focus is actually going to be about creating custom holiday posts. So I'm sure many of you guys have probably noticed around the holidays or around the start of a month, like we just had the beginning of October a few days ago, when you're scrolling through your Instagram or your Facebook feed, if any of you guys follow other agents or other brokerages, you probably noticed how on any given holiday, as you're scrolling, you'll see the exact same post over and over and over again. It's like the exact same design with the exact same caption. And it's like, welcome October or first day of summer. And it's quite literally the exact same post over and over and over again. If anyone has experienced that before, I feel like maybe just like type in the chat. Let's just like type in, have you seen that before where you're scrolling and literally every single person who's a Coldwell agent, same post, Sotheby's, same post, EXP, same post over and over and over again. Super, super common. And then who here is guilty of also posting posts like that, which honestly, like it's okay to admit it. guilty. I get it. I totally get it. It's better to post that than not post at all. So it's totally fine. Yeah. Yeah. Aaron's saying, yeah, Karen, Mark, totally. Same post over and over. I get you. Totally. So there's nothing, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's better than never posting on your socials. Obviously, if you're with a brokerage or a team, they have a certain brand, it looks really pretty. It's okay. There's nothing terrible about it. At least you're getting something out the door. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it is very obvious when somebody is using a post from their brokerage, or if they're a part of one of those shared content banks where, you know, they send out the same kind of Halloween carousel package and everybody's using the same stuff. And you want to stand out. You want to put out unique posts, but you don't want to spend a million hours designing a post. Like, let's face it, most of us on here are probably not graphic designers. Totally get that. So today I'm going to teach you guys how you can use RealEstateContent.ai to create holiday posts. So super custom, unique holiday posts, but that are really, really easy, low effort. You can do it right on the platform. You're not spending tons of hours on them. You're using all the tools within RealEstateContent.ai, and you're not having to pay for a third-party content bank, and you're not posting the same stuff that your brokerage sends out to everybody. So we're going to do that together. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. Here we go. Okay, perfect. Can everybody see my screen okay? Cool. Okay, this is the part where I get really, really bad at manning the chat because I'm so focused on the screen. So everybody just bear with me. Tiara's there in the chat if you guys do have any questions. But again, we'll have the FAQs at the very end. But this is where I start to blab a little bit, and I'm really, really bad at going back and forth. So I'll try to take a mental note every 5-10 minutes just to let people in and to give it a quick look over. But in case I'm not getting back to you, it's entirely me. I'm not trying to ignore you. I just really suck at it. It's something that I'm working on. So I've gone ahead, I've generated some posts for us to play around with. Every single one of these posts in the calendar is a different type of holiday post that I've created through RealEstateContent.ai. And we're going to go through each one of them just to kind of show you what is possible. So October 12th is our first one. I'm just going to open it up here. So October 12th, this is like the most low effort one you can do. This is, you are generating a carousel through RealEstateContent.ai through the platform. This is like the bare minimum, okay? So this is, you have gone through your topic right up here.
Oh, baby, come on.
You have gone through your topic right here, and you're going to put in a fall themed topic. So I'm using fall as an example for today, but think winter, think holidays, think literally any holiday you can possibly imagine, or any kind of time of the year that you can imagine. I'm focusing on fall for today's tutorial, but this is just simply using the generated carousels within RealEstateContent.ai. So just type in something holiday or season related. Here you can do, you know, why fall is a great time to buy or sell, why winter is, why summer is, etc. Cozy fall decor ideas, cozy Christmas decor ideas, increasing your curb appeal during fall, during winter, Halloween decor ideas that are on a budget. So just think anything kind of season related, you're putting that topic in, you're going through the exact same generation process that you normally would, and you're generating a carousel style post. So it's going to generate a post for you that looks a little bit like this. Now, what I did was I just went into the editor, so edit design. We all know this, especially if we've been on other advanced trainings. You were just simply clicking into the editor. And what I did was I found a nice fall background. Perfect. All of these are homes in the fall. Fantastic. And then I added my colors, my brand colors to it. Super easy. This is the most low effort one that you can do. Okay. So we're not going to go over this one too in depth because you guys already know how to do this. This is like, you're in a hurry, you just want something related to the month or the season or the holiday. Perfect. You're good to go. Now, if you want to take it a step further, okay? So you want to take it a step further. You just want to post something at the begin, maybe the beginning of the month, maybe Happy Halloween, welcome October, hello October, first day of fall, winter is here, whatever. You can create a post like this directly on RealEstateContent.ai without having to upload your own image or design elsewhere. You can do this all here from scratch, okay? And this is how we're going to do it together. So as you can see, I have this nice fall background. I have just a quick welcome October. It's in my colors. We've got a nice fall caption here. And what I did to create this was I just chose the date that I wanted to create the post for. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to go into October 21st for an example. You're going to click into more options and you're going to click upload your own content. So pretty much everything I'm going to show you guys today is going to be going through that process of clicking the day that you want to create the post for, scrolling down to upload your own content. If you are already doing this, you're already familiar with this page right here. This is going to give you just a blank slate to work with. This is the way that you, or the method that you use if you're uploading your own photos or videos. This is how you kind of create a post from scratch. So it's a completely blank post, okay? And from here, the first thing I want to do is I want to generate a caption. So maybe you have the perfect caption in mind and I just wanted to say, welcome October, a great month for fresh beginnings. And you have your perfect caption, you can go ahead and add it there. But let's say you need a little help with your caption. So I'm going to say, welcome October, fall is a great time to start fresh. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know, you know what? I had 600 open houses this past weekend. I can't think of anything better than this. Like, welcome October. Fall is a great time to start fresh. I don't know. I don't have the brain power to come up with anything better than that. It's okay. If you don't have the perfect caption, you can just type in the closest thing that you want, and then you can go ahead down here to click enhance your caption, okay? So what this is doing is this is going to take that caption that you've written out, and AI is just going to zhuzh it up for you. So it's going to make it a little bit longer, a little bit more informational. So welcome October. There's something special about fall, a chance to start fresh and embrace new beginnings. Here's why fall is a fantastic time for fresh starts, especially if you're considering a move. So it's talking about perfect weather for house hunting, end of the year financial planning, cozy home updates, setting new goals. Great. But what if I'm taking a look at this and I'm like, you know what, that's a little too long. What I had in mind was more something maybe like 1 or 2 sentences, just a quick little happy October caption. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click into regenerate this caption. And then what you can do is you can tell the AI exactly what you want from it. So do you want it to be shorter? Do you want it to be more personal? So take on more information from your persona, or do you want it to be less personal? I like to tell it something specific. So I'm just going to say, make this caption 1 to 3 sentences long, because I want it shorter. I don't want the longer informational style one. I just want something quick and snappy. So now I've got October's here, ready for a fresh start. Fall's cooler weather is perfect for finding a new home, planning your budget, and making cozy updates. Let's talk about your home journey. Cool. Awesome. So I'm happy with that. Now I want to put a design into there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to access the editor. So you don't need to generate a post with AI in order to access the editor. You can access the editor on its own to create posts yourself from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click into edit design. And now I have this design that's just totally blank, totally from scratch. And from here, I can do whatever I want in here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find a background that matches the season or the holiday, the kind of vibe of post that I want. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into backgrounds and images. And as I scroll down, so I have a bunch of uploaded images. I'll just pass all of those super quick. Perfect. So as I scroll down, you guys know we have this nice long image library in here. We're up to, I think, over 6,000 images now in here. As you scroll through, you can find something that matches your post the best. Maybe you're doing a holiday, like a Christmas themed one or a New Year's one or summer, and you want like a nice pool and sunshine, the beach. You can scroll through and you can find whatever photo you like best that matches the vibe of the post that you're creating. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to choose this one right here. And now that's taken on my background. So from there, what I can do is I can play around with the overlays. So first, let me actually choose my own color palette because I don't want this one. Let's choose that one. Perfect. So through there, you can go ahead and choose an overlay. So the same way you would with an AI generated post, you can very easily go ahead, choose your overlay. Maybe you want it to be these lines like this, and maybe you're going to do something like hello and October, and you'll keep them separated. And then through there, you can change your font, of course. So let's maybe make this a ton bigger. Hello. Play around with that overlay a little bit, move October down here. And let's say I just want October to be just a little bit more like maybe cursive or signature, just a little bit more loopy, something like this. And maybe we want to shorten it. So the possibilities are really endless. You can start to play around with this. Maybe you don't even want overlays. Maybe you just want it to be nice and clear without the overlays at all. You can just go like this and then make your text larger. This actually, let's make this a ton larger. Hello. Center it or left line it. October, let's make this a ton larger. It's actually 50. Beautiful. And move that over here, maybe just right underneath the hello. Perfect. So now we've got this. Your contact information, you can keep that on there if you want, or you can remove it. It's entirely up to you. If you've been adding your logos and your headshots to your designs, you can do that same thing. So as you guys know, through your backgrounds, you can turn any upload into a sticker. So I've got my headshot here. Maybe I say I want to add my headshot and I go add sticker and I add myself to my design. Maybe here to the left, whatever. I actually don't love the way that looks. But you kind of get the gist of it. If you have your logo, you can add it. You can really kind of customize it to make your own. And within the click of a couple buttons, you have a completely customized post. Nobody is sharing this post. Nobody, you didn't have to go online to Pexels or another stock photo website. You didn't have to pay for like a content bank. You have your own image here, your own design. Hello, October, welcome. It can be a quote, can be whatever you'd like. And now you just go ahead, you save and exit, and you've got a design that you've created directly on the platform through the editor. So you don't only have to use the editor when you generate the AI post. You can go into the editor for your own purposes. So now that that's done, perfect. I have this nice caption. I have this nice design. And as you guys can see, the manual posts, they always default to Instagram, but you can very easily just go ahead, click into Instagram, select the platforms you want it to go out to, make sure you have the right time on there, and then you just simply go ahead, schedule and approve, and now you've got your own holiday post ready to go. So that's one way to do it. Now from there, see how I had this one, welcome October, perfect. Now from there, you can take it one step further. So when you're in the editor, you can keep adding on slides. So if you want it to be one static image, you can do exactly what we just did together. But let's say you want it to be more than one image. You want it to be a carousel style post. You do the exact same thing that I just showed you, okay? And instead of just having the one slide, you go ahead and you click this plus button down here. Every time you click that plus button, it's going to add on an additional slide for you. So you can customize those to look however you want. So for this one, I just very quickly put together the Welcome October and then just did a second one that says, fall is the perfect season to start over, ready to make the move, feel free to reach out. And you can make that as long or as short as you want. Super easy, all within the editor. You just simply click to save. And now that is one of those swipe through carousel style posts, but you've customized each slide. Now, if you want to take this one step further, okay, so now we've seen how to do this. We've seen how to do the one with the 2 slides. Let's say you want a video. You like this slide copy, but you're like, you know what, it'd be really cool to turn that into a slideshow. So what you can do is you can take those slides that you put into your carousel post through the editor, and you can actually turn it into a slideshow. I'm just going to turn this volume down so that it doesn't come in super loud for you guys. But you can hit play, and then as you can see, now it's a slideshow type post, and you're putting out a video instead of a carousel or a static post. And the way that you're going to do that is that when you have created your post through the editor with your 2 slides, you're going to go here to the right hand corner. And I know that a lot of you guys are using the convert to video for your carousel posts and your listing posts. You can also do this for your own posts like this that you've created from scratch. So you just go here, you're going to click convert video. You're going to choose your slide pause time, so the amount of time in between each slide. And then you are going to choose your transition type. So is it a fade, a wipe left, circle open, whatever kind of transition you'd like. And then you can choose to add some audio to it. If you take a look, you can see we've got all of our new audio here, nice and long, so you can kind of play through that. And then you click convert to video. That's going to take any one of your carousel posts, and it's going to turn it into that nice slideshow so that it looks like the one I showed you down here. So now you've already learned how to create 4 different types of holiday posts just by going through the editor, okay? The final one is, let's say you have the perfect caption, but you just want to post a static image. You don't want to design on it. You're like, I don't know, what should it say? I'm not quite sure. I just kind of want like an aesthetically pleasing, just a nice post to go out on my feed that's really relevant to the time of the year, to the holiday. You're going to do exactly what we just did. So we're going to go into edit design. You're going to do exactly what we just did, but you just simply, when you click into your overlays, you're going to go none. I don't want any overlay. I just want an image. That's it. I don't want my contact information. I'm going to make sure it's all toggled off, or that I've clicked into it and deleted it. I can still go through that library. There's 6,000 images for me to choose from. I can still go through that library, find an image that I really like, that matches the vibe of the post, that matches my feed at the time of the year. And I'm just going to post that one image. Perfect. Awesome. So that's also another option. It doesn't have to have writing on it. It can just be a nice image. You don't have to go out. You're not, paying for access to this on a stock photo website. You're not going out and doing your own photo shoots or stressing out, Googling, trying to figure out a image that's appropriate. Just go ahead, choose one from the image library. Super, super easy. We're going to head to October 14th. Just make sure I didn't miss anything here. Perfect. Okay, so October 14th. We are still staying within the editor for this one. This is a reel. So you guys have seen these before. They're the aesthetic B-roll style reels. This is another great option. So if you're like, okay, I don't want the carousel style post, I don't want an image or a slideshow, I'm looking for more of an aesthetic style B-roll post. You are going to do the exact same thing to get into the editor. So we're going to go more options. We're going to click into upload your own content. The same thing, we're going to get our caption ready. So hello, October, great time to buy a home. Save. Let's enhance that caption. Perfect. We've got a nice caption. Again, if you want it shorter, longer, you can tweak from here, but you're going into the editor again. So you're not uploading anything. You don't have to take any of your own videos. You're just working with what you got in the editor. So you're going to click into edit design. And here, instead of going through the images, you're going to click into backgrounds. And you're going to click into reels, okay? So we have these reels down here. They're just aesthetic style B-roll reels. So they're basically short video clips that loop, so that every time your viewer is reading your caption, every time that video loops, it counts as a view. So let's say you want something like this. This is the one that I used. Perfect. let's say that fits. I'm going to take my contact information off because I personally don't like the way that contact information looks on a reel. So I'm going to go through and just play around with my overlays. So let's say we just want text like this, and I want this text to be white. That's what I did for mine. So let's do it again. And here you say, hello, October, and we're going to center align it. Again, you can change the font here. You can make it larger, smaller. You can move it down here if you'd rather at the bottom. You can put it in the center. You can add an overlay to that. So let's go. We want an overlay. Maybe we want to add my personal colors to it. So we'll go down here and play around with some of these. Perfect. Maybe that overlay is not quite dark enough. We're going to go into the overlay. Under the advanced settings, you can also play around with the transparency of the overlay. So let's say we want it to be really dark, or we want it to be medium. We can play around with that up here as well. When we're happy, we go into sounds. Actually, I don't want that there in the middle. Perfect. When we're happy, we go into sounds. And we choose a sound. It's going to take a second to upload, but you'll see all the new audio in there that you can choose from. You're going to go ahead, you're going to click one of those sounds. And then when you're ready, you just go ahead, click save and exit. I'm just going to pass that super quick to show you what it'll look like. And then you've got a post that looks like this. So you've got a nice reel with the sound that you've chosen, and you're good to go. You didn't have to take a reel yourself or take any videos. You can just choose from the library that's already within it. So now if you're trying to make a holiday post and you want a video going out, you can very easily do it from one of the reels. It doesn't have to be with the AI generated posts again. Then we've got the 15th. So this is a new feature. We covered this in our advanced training a couple of weeks ago, but this is the AI image generator. So same kind of idea. Let's say you just want to post a really nice, aesthetically pleasing photo. You don't have one of your own to post. You're not going to go on Google and search for one for hours. You're not going to pay for a stock photo image, but you have this image in your head of like the most perfect photo that would work for what you envision. And maybe you're going through the image library on the editor and you're like, oh, this isn't quite it. Like, I can't really find exactly what I'm looking for. I have something really particular in mind. Okay. So this is a great option if you're looking to create something really pretty like this. So now, again, you're going to go through the same process of clicking into more options and upload your own content. We're going to do the same thing with our captions. So hello, October, welcome fall, whatever you want it to be, go ahead, enhance your caption, generate it, get it all ready. But then you're going to go into generate AI image, okay? So through here, you can describe to the AI the exact image you would like for it to generate for you. So maybe you have this vision of, you know, this beautiful house that's decorated for the holidays, and there's a big snowman out front and beautiful Christmas trees and lights, and it's really cozy looking, or maybe like a super spooky Halloween, like haunted house, or it doesn't even have to be an exterior. It can be an interior. It can be like a really cozy living room, and out the window you can see like the first snow of the season falling. Something like that. Whatever you kind of envision in your head, you can type into here. So you can also choose whether or not you want to include people, generated people in your images or not. I don't like to include people. I like the look of just the like really, really clean, fresh, just image by itself. So you can go ahead and say, you know, cozy cottage front porch in the middle of autumn. During sunset. Perfect. So you just describe the image that you would like, and you can go ahead and click to generate image and click yes. And then just give it a second just to kind of do its thing and create that image for you. This is actually creating an image from scratch. So you're not going to find this image anywhere online. You're not going to find it on a stock photo website. You're not going to find it on a shared content bank, nothing like that. Like, this is quite literally starting and creating that image from scratch so that only you are using it. So I'm going to give this a second just to generate. I'll show you what that looks like. And then actually, in the meantime, maybe I'll hop into the chat just to make sure we're not missing anything too crazy. I think it's okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, we've got the first image generated. So if you take a look at it, you're like, okay, perfect. This is exactly what I had in mind. You go back to your caption. You have your caption in there ready to go. You can go ahead then and you can choose the platforms you want to post it to again and go ahead and schedule and approve it. If you want to make any tweaks to your image, you just simply go back into here and retweak your description and regenerate it slightly. So maybe you want it to be a little bit brighter and more airy. Maybe you want a lake just in the background somewhere. Maybe you decide you change your mind. You want some kids on the front porch or a dog and some pumpkins. You can go ahead and describe exactly what you want in that image and it's going to generate it for you. You don't have to go into the editor. You're not going through the images. You're not adding any text. You're literally not doing anything. You're clicking for AI to generate your caption and you're clicking for AI to generate your photo and you're good to go. You can schedule it to go across all of your platforms. Okay, we got that one. Perfect. Okay, then we also have the option, obviously, to schedule your own photos. So let's say you have the perfect fall photo that you've taken that you want to schedule. Maybe it's a photo of you in front of a recently sold property or with your clients. Maybe it's you and your team. Maybe it's you and your family apple picking this past weekend or carving pumpkins or wrapping presents. Whatever that may be, it's a photo that you have that you've taken or just a photo that you want to schedule to go across all of your platforms. So what I did here was I uploaded an image of my dog. This is Davos. This was him last fall in our backyard. And so let's say that that's the one that I want to post. I want to sprinkle in some of my own images. What I've done there is we've gone ahead, we've clicked into more options. We've uploaded our own content. We've gone through the exact same process to generate a caption. So same as what we've done for the other ones. But now, instead of clicking into edit design, because I'm not going into the editor, I'm just uploading my own image. I just want to upload something of my own. I go into upload your own media. And then whatever you have saved on your desktop, you can go ahead and upload it through the upload your own media. So that can be a photo or a video. I've gone ahead, I've uploaded a photo of me in Davos. Recently, during last week's advanced training, we went over how we just launched the ability to post landscape as well. So now you'll see up here in the center, you can choose, if you do upload a landscape image, you can choose to change the orientation to landscape. This is a portrait, so I'm going to leave it at portrait and I'm going to go ahead and click save. So now that's uploading my personal image. And I have that accompanied AI generated caption the same way I've done before. What I can do then is I can go ahead and select my platforms, again, schedule it. And now I've got that image, that caption going out everywhere. Very little effort. All I did was upload my one image and now it's going to go out on all my socials. Entirely up to you if you want to sprinkle in personal images. It can be something super personal like this, like a photo of you and your family or your pets or your partner, or it can be you and a team member or you at a recent event, you and clients. Entirely up to you and what fits your feed and kind of your online brand. So it's entirely, it varies from agent to agent. I like a little bit of personality sprinkled in like this, but it's entirely up to you. So that's how you can upload one image with an AI generated caption. Now to take that one step further, so you can also upload your own images to create a carousel post. So the same way we did it through the editor, you are just going to upload that image like we just did, but then you're going to click this little plus button down here. Okay. So again, you're not going into the editor at all. You're simply just working outside of it. You're going to click into that little plus and you are going to just keep adding images. So here I've got Davos. I've got one of my best friends, her son, Oliver. This was us apple picking. I've uploaded him, some of the apples we got, Davos and I, and then our tree in our backyard. So now I have this really nice fall themed carousel. It's personal. When it goes up on my socials, people are going to be able to swipe through it. They're going to see more than one photo. And all I had to do was click upload and then just click that little plus to continue adding on to that carousel. Again, AI generated my entire caption. All I did was just upload my images. And now I can go ahead and say, I want this going out to all these platforms and we're good to go. Then let's say we want to take it one step further. So you like your carousel post, you want to share all of your personal photos. You're like, you know what? I don't want it to be a swipe through. I want to mix in some more video. You can also turn that into a slideshow. So the same way we did with the carousels that we created in the editor, we just simply went ahead and we went convert to video. We chose that slide pause time. We chose the transition. We chose a song. We clicked into convert video. And now I have this nice little fall themed slideshow. So now that's posting on all of my socials. And now I've mixed in a little bit of video without having to, use these crazy complicated video editing software tools or take my own video. I've just uploaded some of my own personal photos and converted them to a video. And now I've got a video version that I can post. And then we've got the mixture of your own personal photo in the editor. So let's say you do want to post your own personal photo, but you want to use the tools within the editor. So you do want to dabble in the editor. You want to do a mixture of that manual post, but also bring in the capabilities of the editor. So you can do that as well. So here I have Davos, I've put my contact information down there, and I've just wrote, October is here. It can be whatever. In this case, you are going to do the exact same thing to create a manual post. So you're going to go ahead, you're going to click into more options. You're going to upload your content. You're going to generate your AI caption. And you're going to click into edit design because you want to go into the editor. Now you're in the editor and you're starting a post from scratch. You're going to click into backgrounds. Now, because the image library is not going to have my dog obviously already uploaded, I'm going to go ahead and just click into image or uploads, and I'm going to upload files. This is going to give me the option to upload any file that I have saved on my desktop. So I went ahead, I clicked into upload. I brought in Davos's photo right here. So I'm going to double click him, and here he is now in the background. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to use. I want to use him. And I want to kind of play around with this design. So first of all, obviously my contact information, way too dark. Let's change the colors there. Let's go into my color palette. Perfect. Okay, let's do that. And then I do think that I want that background behind my contact information. Perfect. And we're just going to play around with that overlay. So I do want that a little bit darker just to stand out. Wonderful. Now I've got my contact information. We're going to pretend that my name is Robert Reck, AKA Kyle. And then we can write whatever we want on there. So it can be, I think I had October is here. But you can write whatever. So ready for Halloween. Center it. We can play around with that font. Cool. Maybe something like that. Maybe you want to add additional fonts. So you can go ahead and click into add text, keep going. So you can really kind of play around with making this your own. So now you're using a mixture of your own photos plus the capabilities of the editor without having to edit elsewhere. You're doing it all within the platform. So when you're happy with it, you just simply go ahead, click save and exit. I'm just going to exit out of this because we're not using it for anything. And then you're going to do the same thing and just select the platforms that you want it to go on and schedule it, and you're good to go. And then the final thing I'm going to show you is just how to bring in a Canva post. So here we've got a Canva design. Let's say you are a Canva superstar. You have a template that you want to bring in to schedule. You can actually do that directly through your Canva. So we have, as long as you are integrated with your Canva, so under integrations, all the way down here in Canva, just got to make sure that you're integrated first. You can go ahead, integrate your Canva. It doesn't have to be a professional Canva. It doesn't have to be a paid for one. It can just be a regular Canva. And let's say you're really comfortable with designing on Canva, you can go ahead, you're going to go and click more options. And instead of going into upload your own content, you're going to click design with Canva. And what that does it's going to take you directly into your Canva account, okay? And it's going to open up a blank slate for you like this in the perfect size. And so through there, you can either search the projects that you've already been working on. So let's say you've already created a nice Halloween or holiday post on Canva, you can find it under your projects. Or if you want to start from scratch, you can look up like this, Halloween. Okay, fantastic. I want to post something like this. Trick or treat, and then happy Halloween from Robert Realty. Again, not perfect, but you get the point. Maybe you add your logo, maybe you add your headshot, you really kind of customize it. You're going to click into return to RealEstateContent.ai. Return. Now it's taking that design that you've brought in from Canva and bringing it directly into RealEstateContent.ai. So that's going to pull that in. That's now ready for you to go. And then you can go ahead, you can do the same thing. You can write a caption from scratch, or you can go ahead and take AI and have it enhance your caption. And then you've got your Canva design ready to go, ready to post across all platforms. So super, super easy. If you're comfortable with Canva, if that's something you're already using, you can very easily do that without having to download from Canva, save to your desktop, re-upload to our platform. It's just going to pull it right in for you. So that, I believe that was my last one. I'm just gonna make sure I didn't miss anything here. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so that was our last one. So that is 12 different ways and different types of posts that you can create using RealEstateContent.ai for holidays. Now, I focused on fall and October and Halloween today just because 'tis the season. But think any other holiday, any other time of the year, you can do this, but not just holidays. We have people reach out to us all the time asking, how do I share a client testimonial, for an example? That, what I just showed you right there through the editor, is the perfect way to share a holiday testimonial. You're just simply going to copy and paste that testimonial from Google or from wherever they've left it, plug it into that overlay, add your client's name, maybe add a little screenshot of their photo in the corner, and now you can schedule that to go everywhere. Or maybe we have a really awesome user. I'm not sure if she's on here. I thought she was. Her name's Erin. She does motivational Monday quotes. Every Monday, she posts a motivational Monday quote. That is the perfect way to do that. You can just simply go right into the editor, put your quote together, put it in nice little quotations in a nice little font with your colors. You can use that same template every Monday and then just plug in a different quote every single Monday. So it's not just applicable for holiday posts. You can do it in a variety of different ways. Maybe you've even had an open house on the weekend and you took a bunch of photos of people coming to the open house and you want to turn it into a slideshow. You can very easily just upload those photos, convert to video, and now you've got a nice little slideshow. So it's applicable for so many different use cases. I'm going to hop into the chat super quick. Tiara, just at a glance, is there anything that we can touch on that I may have missed in the chat while I was blabbing?
No, I think we're okay. Maybe a good visual is to show our users how they can pull more than one image from Canva to the platform at one time.
Yeah, for sure. So guys, in that case, what you would do is you're going into more options. You're designing with Canva. It's going to bring me over to Canva. Okay. And so now when you're designing, what you're going to do is you're just going to go add page here. So the more pages you have in your individual design. So here's my Canva design. Let's say I do one template here. I do another template here. Then when I click into return to RealEstateContent.ai, it's actually going to bring both of those pages in for me as a part of a carousel. So that's how you would bring in both. And I'm just going to go back like this, just perfect.
Awesome. And then just two other recent questions. So how can our users upload their own videos? And then also if we could run through creating a property listing post.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. So uploading your own videos, it's going to look the exact same as uploading your own photos. So let me just clean this up really quick so we can keep all of the posts that we want. this one. Cool. So when you're uploading your own video, the platform does not have video editing capabilities for videos created outside of the platform quite yet. It's something that we're looking into, but you're not going to be able to upload your own video into the editor. That focuses on images, okay? So it focuses on images and it has the aesthetic B-roll videos / reels that you can choose from, but you're not going to be able to bring in your videos quite yet. It is something that we're very actively looking into. But if you are a video superstar and you are already taking your own videos, whether they be, you know, house walkthroughs or whether you're really comfortable like talking head on a screen and you've taken it on your phone, you can go ahead and click into more options. You're going to click into upload your own content the same way we've done with all the other manual posts. You're going to click upload your own media, and through there, you're going to bring your video in. So I don't have a video saved on my desktop as an example. I only have photos, but just picture if I did, instead of me bringing in the photo of my dog. So here's some apples. So let's pretend that this is a video. You would just bring it in like this. You would click save. Again, let's pretend that it's a video. It's going to come in as a video like this. You can't edit it in here. So just make sure that it is edited before you bring it in. But through here, you can then schedule your video to go out across all of your platforms. The other cool feature that we do have, if you are creating your own videos already, so if you're comfortable on video, any AI generated post through the platform. So for an example, this post right here through the platform, it has this nice long caption that's been generated with AI. Anything that's generated through the platform, you'll see that you have this option right here on the right hand or the right side that says generate video script. What that does is that's going to take that caption and it's going to create a video script from that caption. So if you are comfortable on video and you're already taking your own videos elsewhere, so on your phone, whatever, and maybe you're creating scripts somewhere else, maybe you're paying for a third-party script creator or you're plugging it in through ChatGPT, this is going to take this caption that matches this post right here, and it's going to give you a video script that you can follow. So you just set up your phone or your webcam, whatever you're using, and you follow along with that script, okay? And then you're happy with it, fantastic. Now you've got a video to accompany this post. Let's say you're like, I don't want that carousel style post. I actually want to replace it with my own video. You're going to go ahead, you're going to click into these 3 dots. You're going to upload media and you're going to upload your video that you just took of you following that script into here. That's going to completely wipe that carousel post and it's going to put your video in there instead. So now you've got a caption that talks about, thinking of selling your home this fall. You've got a video of you talking about it, following a script, and you've replaced that AI generated carousel with your own video. So that's another option for those who are comfortable on video, who are already taking videos. And then listing posts. So for listings, just right up here, create a property listing post. You're going to click into create a property listing post. So through here, you can copy and paste the URL of your listing in here. Now, that being said, the 2 websites that work the best on here are realtor.ca.com and Zillow. Now, just keep in mind, it's not going to reference these websites at all. It's not going to say like, check out this property on Zillow. It's just simply taking that URL and plugging in all of the information about that property. So photos, bedrooms, bathrooms, description, all that good stuff. You can still try it with your own personal website. It's just hit or miss. It depends how your website was coded, who made it. Does it have like, some funky display of the images? Some work really well and others it's a little bit harder for us to pull the information from, whereas Zillow, realtor.com, and .ca are very predictable. So it's a lot easier for us to pull the necessary information. Again, it's not going to reference it's not going to reference where you got it from in general. It's just going to bring in the description. So what it's going to do is, let me actually find, okay, let me just find any listing here. Ooh. You're going to copy that URL. You're going to paste it in here, okay? You're going to choose the date that you want to post it for. So let's say we want to post it on the 16th. You're going to choose the platforms. I'm just going to do Instagram just for now, and you're going to create the post. So what this is doing is it's bringing in all the necessary information about that listing. Okay, so we're going to give it a second to do that. That way you're not having to, manually type in the address and the price and the bedrooms and bathrooms and all that. It's going to plug all of that in for us. So we're going to let it do its thing. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So as you can see at a glance, it's plugged everything in here. What you're going to do now is you're just going to give it a quick once over, make sure that all the information is correct. Bedrooms, bathrooms, all that good stuff. Fantastic. Up here, you're going to see that it's brought in the images from the listing, okay? And it's always going to select the first 4 images that it can find. It's going to select those and auto choose those 4, because every listing post needs to have at least 4 images in order to create it. Now, what I always tell people is go ahead and unselect these, because you know which photos you want to showcase. You know this property, you know exactly what's going to sell it and what isn't. So you're going to go through and you're going to choose what are your favorite images. I always recommend for whatever image number 1 is, you want to choose your favorite photo for image number 1, because that is going to be your title page photo. That's going to be your showcase photo. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do the front of the house here as number 1. That's my most important one. And now let me choose 3 more that are going to be my favorite. So this is my second favorite one. Perfect. Really showcases it nicely. Cool. We've got a nice kitchen. Nice big backyard. Cool. Now we've got the first 4 are my 4 favorite, and I can select up to 9. And so I can keep going. Maybe we'll do that one. Maybe we'll do the dining room table, this view right here, this bedroom, this bathroom. Perfect. We've got 9. And then you can choose what you want the post to say on it. So post type, is it going to say just listed? Is it an open house? Is it, just leased or coming soon? We'll leave it at just listed, keeping in mind though, that everything that is generated, you can go into the editor after the fact and you can change anything you want. So you can change the fonts, the colors, if you have something specific you want it to say. So let's say you want it to say, gorgeous location. You can do that here by clicking other and then typing in gorgeous location, or you can do it after the fact in the editor. And then you click next. It's going to give you some templates to work with. Again, all of these are completely editable, completely customizable. You're going to click to create a post and it's going to create you a nice listing post. I actually have a user that I can show you an example of. I believe he's here. Okay, Richard Silver. He does a really, really good job with his listing posts. So as you can see, he's got a ton of open houses and just listeds. And all of these are done through the platform, but he's done a very good job of taking those templates and just really making them his own. As you can see, he's with Sotheby's. So these are the Sotheby's colors. And he's just really done a good job of mixing in his colors and then showcasing those listings really nicely. So improved price, open houses, just listed, stuff like that. So this is kind of the goal. Let's say you have an open house all weekend long. You can post the same open house over and over and over again, but you don't have to post the same post. This is the exact same open house 3 times. 426 Sackville Street, 426 Sackville Street. He's got it 3 days straight. That's the exact same house that he's showcasing, but it's just a little bit different of a template. I'm just gonna hop right back into the chat just to see. Tiara, was there anything else? Full background image that matches your text topic. Yeah, Jeff, so we're actually right now it's we're still training the AI to do this better, but right now it will do its best job to try to pull something that matches your text topic. We are still actively training it though, so it's getting better and better every single week. That's hugely high on our radar. But it is part of the flow for sure. Instagram photos have to be a different format. It chops the photos down from uploading the MLS listing. Yeah, so with Instagram's new update, they favor portrait style images. So we go with Instagram's favored sizing. So as you can see, they favored this size specifically. So we've just kind of complied with them. So it'll pull in the portrait style sizing like this. However, that being said, if you do want to upload the full landscape image, you can do that. You just have to do it a little bit more manually. So you do it through more options, upload your own content. And then you would upload your own media the same way I uploaded that image of my dog. You would upload the photos of the listing, and then you would choose to make it landscape. It's going to crop it and make sure that it's the landscape view. But then just keep in mind that on your grid, it's going to do a like a zoom in. So it's not going to show your full, like on your grid, it's not going to be landscape. Obviously, you have to actually click into it to see the landscape image, but you can, that's a workaround if you are trying to upload a landscape image. I'm listening. I would have to use yeah, Anita, it's best to use realtor.com, not the MLS, just because it needs to be a public facing website that is accessible to everybody. It can't be password protected or anything like that. So that's why Realtor and Zillow tend to work the best. But try, if you do have your own website, you can definitely give it a try. It doesn't mean that it won't work. It just depends on how it's coded, what format the images are in, all that good stuff. I would give it a try first, see how it does. Maybe it just won't pull in the bedrooms and the bathrooms, or maybe it pulls in, 10 of the 20 photos to choose from instead of all of them. So you just kind of have to play around with it. We usually tell people Realtor or Zillow just because it's been coded to really read those websites the best. So they're kind of like a good, if you want like a for sure it's going to work, use those, but you can always try your own first and see how it does. Is there a way to search for specifics in Reels? For only 29 choices, none that I'm looking for. Yeah, there's not a way to search for them specifically. We actually are working on a search literally right now for all of the images. And we're also adding Reels very, very soon. We wanted to focus first on the audio because that was the biggest piece of feedback we got, because so many people are turning their carousels into slideshows now. The audio seemed to be the biggest thing that people were looking for. So we focus on the audio first, but we do have Reels coming too, more Reels. And can you share the agent's name with a fabulous post? Yeah, thanks, Tiara. That's awesome. What if one of our brokerage's listings, Realtor would direct that listing agent in my brokerage? It's not going to direct to anybody, Anita. So basically, it just uses that URL to pull the photos and the description of the listing, but it doesn't actually send them anywhere. Like, it doesn't add in a URL that like sends them to a specific website or sends them to a specific person. If you want to include the contact information of a specific agent, or maybe you want to include your website or a specific call to action, you can always edit the caption to add that after the fact, but you don't have to worry about, like, it's not going to be clickable and sending them anywhere else unless you specifically add that as a part of the caption. And then one thing to keep in mind is that Instagram specifically, they do not have clickable URLs. So if you're adding your website to a caption or any URL to a caption, they don't actually allow you to click on Instagram. So you're kind of, it's just going to make it look messy with like a bunch of, a URL in there when it's not actually clickable. It's just an Instagram thing. Need more images and Reels for South Florida. Yes, that's definitely on our list. Olga, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. We're at 2:36. Okay, awesome. Cool. T, was there anything else at all that we may have missed in the comments? Our leaves are the same all year round. Honestly, Claudio, I kind of wish we had that issue. We definitely, here in Ontario, we have a full 4 seasons, and I love fall, but I'm not looking forward to the winter.
I had a question.
Yeah, for sure, Karen.
Okay, my question was, as you're generating an AI image, you want your own AI image and you've decided, and you have a description and it's not quite coming up with the way you'd like it. And so you try it again, but it's still not quite what you wanted. How many times can you try?
To do the AI generated image?
Yes.
As many times as you'd like, Karen.
Okay.
You can keep going. You can keep going all night if you want.
All right.
Yeah, don't worry. You're not limited to any of that. With your RealEstateContent.ai subscription, you guys do have unlimited generations. Sometimes if you do run into any errors, like if it's like you've done too many actions, sometimes it's because OpenAI has sent us back with like a hold on, wait, like you're sending me too much right now from this one person. In that case, you can always just email us if you do. And that's like if you've generated like 200 posts in a short period of time. Just shoot us off an email to support. Tiara and I actually have access to clear out that error in the back. And then we basically just send it back to OpenAI being like, no, you're wrong. Let them keep going. We clear it out. And then you just keep going. So there is no, we have some people who, you know, schedule 3 posts a month. And then we have others who schedule like 300 posts a month. There's no limit.
We've had a question around a quick tour on how presets work.
Yeah.
Just some overall engagement strategy.
Ooh, okay. Engagement is my favorite thing to talk about. So we'll hop into presets first, and then we'll chat about engagement right after. Okay, so presets. So let's say I've gone ahead and I've generated this post right here, okay? I'm going to just maybe minimize this chat just so I can see this. Let's say I've generated this post and I'm like, okay, I want to play around with this a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to click into edit design, okay? And here on the left-hand side, you're going to see all the different options that you have within the editor, okay? So presets, think of these ones right here, these colorful ones, as just like fun, quick designs that you can click into. I call them a good starting point, okay? These are also great for people who don't have a particular color palette or brand colors. Now, that's fine. One of the things that we really like to teach, especially in the advanced trainings, is that you really should have a brand color palette. It doesn't have to be, you know, it can be the same as your team or brokerage if that's a requirement. Or if you want to do your own thing, you can do your own thing. But it is really nice to have a cohesive color palette. It just looks so much nicer, nice and intentional. You guys saw it here with Richard Silver here. He's doing a fantastic job with his color palettes. I have a bunch of other examples. This is another user of ours. This is Amanda. She's doing a really, really good job too of plugging in the AI posts in her own backgrounds. She's got a really fantastic color palette as well. And see, when you land on something like this, on any one of these, it's so like cohesive and intentional and professional. Like you're looking at this and you're like, okay, these people, they care. They know what they're doing. If they can market themselves, they can probably market my home. These guys, Real Home X, like they're fantastic too. They have a very minimalistic, just like clean color palette. They're mixing in their own kind of Canva templates along with the AI generated carousels. Perfect. I'm just going to show you a couple just to really drive home the importance of like a nice color palette. These guys, they're amazing too. So they've got that nice teal. So as you scroll through, you know, you can see they've really incorporated Canva mixed with our posts. Very cohesive. We've got Mark DeSantis. So he's at Crystal Beach. So he's got the oranges, the blues, the yellows, just you can tell kind of what his brand is. So you get a feeling for it. So these are fantastic if you just really don't care and you want something quick or a good starting point. I usually tell people, treat this as more of a good starting point. There are a lot of fun, colorful ones in here, but I'm hoping that if you are on this call that you have a bit of an idea of what your brand is. Is it dark and moody and edgy? Is it bright and light and airy? Is it colorful, bubbly? Like what's the feeling of your brand? You probably have an idea. So these are a good starting point for you. You can go ahead, you can select one of these, okay? Again, quick starting point. And then through there, you can make changes to any aspect of this post that you want. These are all the slides in the carousel post. You can go into backgrounds. You can swap out the backgrounds with the images. I just got to go through all my uploads because I have a lot. Here we go. So you can change it to all the same image right across. If you double click, you're going to swap out that image. So let's go double click. We've changed it all to the pool, or let's say we just want to alternate and have a different pool every other slide. Fantastic. Now I've kind of got this alternating thing going on. You can customize every aspect of this post, okay? Same as the overlays. So think of the overlays as, you know, this nice little text bubble behind. Again, you don't need to use it. You can, if you want, you can move all of this around. You can click in to change your fonts, the size, the alignment, all of that stuff. Totally, totally customizable. Your colors, all that good stuff. So you can customize your post completely. Your presets are your very, very quick kind of starting points. Recently, what we launched about 2 weeks ago is our quick colors and fonts. So what we've done is we've actually added this kind of like quick way to just change one of the presets. So if you're in a rush and you're like, okay, I want this background, awesome, but I actually just want to apply my colors to it super quick, and I want to apply specific font to them, and I just want that to apply to all the presets, and let me just check out the presets in that way. You can go ahead and you can go, okay, I want all of the header fonts to be Poppins. Now they've all updated to that. I want all of my subtext fonts to be modern. Fantastic. Now they've all updated to that. And I want to use one of my color palettes. Cool. So now you can just kind of scroll through a variation of your color palettes and see what they would look like on those preset templates. Okay. So now you just have a better starting point. But as you are playing around with your designs, so let's just double click here. We're back here. Let's say we've made this nice design like this. We know this is something we want to use in the future. Now, what you can do in that case is you can go ahead and click into Save Preset, Save as a new preset, okay? So now you do have the presets, which are the colorful ones that come into here, the standard ones, but you also have a library of your saved presets. So these are all the designs that you have played around with that you really love, that you want to be able to access very quickly in the future for editing. So as you can see with mine, I've gone ahead and I've saved a bunch of just different presets so that when I'm editing my posts, all I need to do is I go into my saved presets because they're already my approved fonts. They're already my approved overlays and colors. I know that this is the look and feel that I like. So I'm not having to go into overlays and go into colors and play around. I'm simply choosing one of these. Fantastic. I'm going into backgrounds. I am choosing a background. Fantastic. Okay, cool. My post is ready to go. I save and exit and I'm good to go. So presets are a great way for as you're playing around with editing your posts, every time you create a design that you really love, go ahead, save it into your saved presets. And now every time you edit a post, it's going to make your life that much easier because you're just simply going into your saved presets, choosing that as your starting point, and then just swapping out a background or swapping out a color, like super, super quick. How did you save that preset? So just right down here with the save preset button, Diane. So you go save preset, save as a new preset. Every time you do that, it goes ahead and it saves it as a preset. Okay, cool. Thanks, Russ. Really appreciate it. Awesome, guys. Okay, cool. Great. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. Beautiful. Okay, awesome. You guys, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us today on a Friday. I know that went a little bit over. We were really excited to do this one. I think both Tiara and I were very much holiday people, and we both love Halloween and we love the fall. So we were really excited to do this one. And it's been a question that we've gotten a lot. So we really appreciate you taking the time to be with us here today. I know Tiara was just working her butt off in the chat. So thank you so much. If you guys ever do have any other additional questions ever, you shoot us off an email. Tiara plugged the email into the chat earlier, support@RealEstateContent.ai. Literally every week we do these. This one's going to be bigger than most of them just because we really marketed this one. But now moving forward, when you log into your account on that left-hand side, you're going to be able to click join, register for the Friday training. Last week, I think we had 20 people in there, so it was a little bit smaller. Every week, they're going to be different. And we are basically just keeping track of what you guys are asking, and we're training about that. Every week, we're going to teach you guys whatever new feature came out, just so you're really comfortable with it. If you have a very specific use case or a specific question, just come with it on Friday. We can work through it together. And as you guys know, if you've been here for a while, you know that literally everything we've built on this platform is all because of you and the feedback you've given us and the suggestions that you've had. So don't be shy. If you're playing around with it and there's something that you'd really love to see, or if you have a pain point, or if you have a really great idea, maybe you're using another platform for something else and you're like, oh, this would be so cool if RealEstateContent.ai did that. Just reach out to us. Let us know. We keep track of absolutely every single piece of feedback that comes in, and we are working towards improving this every single month. So don't be shy. Always reach out to us. Where do you register for the Friday training? Yeah, so when you log into your account, left sidebar, you're going to see join live training. Just click into that and click into the level 2 advanced training, and then you can click the Friday. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Really, really appreciate you being here. That's awesome. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Mark. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay? And have a great weekend. Bye, guys.